Big Mike here with
A's Entertainment.
We got NCAA Ben St-Juste from the Minnesota Golden Gophers here.
Like what we're doing, you hit the subscribe button.
If you're looking for a mug, perhaps a hoodie, head on over to IOnlyJudgeGreatness.com.
Hi, my name is Benjamin St-Juste from the University of Minnesota, defensive back, now NFL prospect, and I'm at I Only Touch Greatness podcast, right?
Bowers, number 83, into the end zone for the touchdown. And the two tight ends on the left. This time it's for Hamler. Batted away by Benjamin St-Juste.
TNT on the track, I blow like TNT. Hot boys like CMB. Girls spend the night like a B&B. I say what I want what I say. Remain at the top, I'm the top of the game. Step back, I come up quick fast. So fast, when I stop, y'all get whiplash. So what you wanna say today? Hate the game, dog, I'm the ace of spades. I call player, bet it's not over. Raise a blind like kids with glaucoma. You ain't know, you learning rookie. We rip MCs like virgin pussy.
We the best, just like Khaled says, we the best. We stay hot to death, we the best. Always down the rack, this Hayes Entertainment, what you know about that? We the best, just like Khaled says, we the best.
Are taking over the podcast scene in Vancouver. Get down or lay down.
We the best, yes, that's something I can put plain. Hey, cause them ballers get paid. Pop bottles, homie, got dollars for days. Get low, sit low, when them politics trades. You want West Coast, just holla at Hayes. We the best, just like Khaled says, we the best. We stay hot to death, we the best. Always down the rack, this Hayes Entertainment, what you know about that? We the best, just like Khaled says, we the best. We stay hot to death, we the best. Always down the rack, this Hayes Entertainment, what you know about that? About that, about that, about that.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Sorry about that. That was me. I forgot to hit send on the code this morning or yesterday.
Oh, it's all good. All good.
Okay. Yeah, good.
Hey, Ben, thank you very much for taking the time for us today. Really appreciate it. My name's Big Mike, and that's Ryan that you've been talking to.
Okay. What's up, Mike?
How's it going, man?
So you were born in Montreal.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah. What was life like growing up for you?
A lot of sports. I mean, I started playing obviously hockey. Played hockey until I was 13. I played soccer also. Played a little bit of basketball, and then I just decided to go with football. Because I had so many friends that made it to the NHL and hockey, soccer too, but then not that many that made it in football. So I wanted to be different, so I just picked football and went with it.
Well, you definitely made the right choice.
Yeah.
Who are some of those hockey friends you know?
I mean, I had a couple of. I had one friend that's with the Ottawa Senators.
Okay.
Went to elementary school with Caron.
Okay.
I don't know exactly where he at right now and all that stuff. But yeah, we don't stay connected as much because after elementary school, we kind of went different ways. They go to different school for hockey and all that stuff. I went to CJEP and stuff. But yeah, most of them that I grew up in the neighborhood that we used to play around at the arena or play hockey games and all that stuff, they're in the league right now. And I just decided to go with football.
Okay. Who are your biggest influences in your career?
Definitely my dad. My dad did everything that I'm doing right now, just didn't get the full experience because he got injured in college. Was a top basketball player in Canada, top football player, decided to go with football after he got invited to the Miami Hurricanes camp in 1989, and then he broke his leg the first year. So unfortunately, his career was done after that. He just moved on for football. So, he just poured in everything that he knew in terms of knowledge, information, resources, and stuff like that so I can accomplish the dream that he didn't have a chance to finish. So,
okay.
So you must be a pretty good skater then.
Oh yeah, for sure. To be honest, like I don't even want to be cocky, but I'm pretty sure I would have made it to the league in the NHL too if I just kept playing hockey. I was pretty good. My little brother is really good too at hockey.
Okay.
So you've been watching this World Juniors that are going on?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good hockey.
Yeah, definitely.
So
what made
when and
go?
oh, I was just gonna
Oh,
say
Mike.
when and what made you become a defensive back?
I played a lot of position when I was younger. I played running back, wide receiver, played a little bit of corner and stuff like. I started safety. I started safety, and I was pretty slim, and I was pretty like short at my age. Like I had a crazy growth spurt at like 16. At 15, I was 5'9", 155, and then at 16 the next
Wow.
summer for my year I was 6'3", 170. So it was like just like a crazy change. But I think at 14 I had a camp in Montreal, and there was this coach that I forgot his name, but he's really a good coach. He coached at San Diego State, and
Okay.
he pulled me to the side. He said, look, you know what, like I coached a lot of good corners and all that stuff, and you have the right mindset to be a corner. You have the right shape. I don't think you will be a safety, but I think you will excel at corner. And ever since he moved me to corner, I just, stick with it. And, my height, my length, my quickness just separates me from like the other corners at other people at my position.
What are you majoring in at school?
I graduated from University of Michigan and with a sociology degree, and then I had my master's in sports management, so like sports business at Minnesota. Yeah.
Okay. What's it like playing down in Minnesota, by the way?
What's it like?
Yeah, compared to Michigan, let's say, what's the difference?
Okay, compared to Michigan, I mean it's pretty much the same. Two historical Big Ten program. Obviously, the Michigan Stadium is like the biggest in North America. So that's a big factor, but pretty much the same. In terms of school, same type of school, same type of program. In terms like they run very differently. PJ Fleck and Coach Harbaugh are very two different people. Two different personality and culture and stuff like that. But it's two big pro football program in the Big Ten. Obviously, I really like Minneapolis campus. We have the little campus for students, all that stuff, but we were like 5 minutes away from the big city in Minneapolis and St. Paul. So that's cool.
That's pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah.
So why did you make the switch back from Michigan to Minnesota?
It wasn't a planned switch. Obviously, I wanted to stay at Michigan at first, but my relationship kind of with Harbaugh kind of died with coaches. Things happened. An injury happened that wasn't healed right and treated properly. And I was on my way to get my degree, so that helped me transfer and not waste a year. Usually within the older transfer rules, if you didn't graduate, you're not a graduate, you need to sit out a year. I didn't have to sit out a year, so my decision was made a little bit easier. But yeah, it was just we didn't see eye to eye no more, so I just decided to move on. It was best for me to go to Minnesota.
I was just gonna say you definitely made the right decision. You're getting way more looks there, and you've had a great couple seasons there. So you made the great decision.
Played out right, yeah.
Hey, this isn't one of my questions, but were you on the Michigan team when Champ Bailey did that rap song, came down there and shot a music video with Harbaugh?
I think that was the year before, a year or two.
Oh. Yeah,
I think it was 2015, 2016. I got there 2017 with the car inside the facility.
Yeah,
and stuff. They had a Lamborghini or something like that.
And the rapper, your boy.
That was the year before. Yeah, that was a year before.
How does one get recruited by NCAA colleges, being a Canadian kid, obviously?
Okay, so basically, I first started in 2015. I mean, obviously, 2015, I was 17 or 16. They don't really come and recruit in Canada, obviously. So you have to go there and do camps and do stuff like that, travel on your own. So I asked my parents to find the nearest camp from Montreal, and it was the Michigan Wolverines camp. It was a 3-day camp, so we drove there. It was like 10, 11 hours. I mean, it's still far, but it was like one of the nearest one. Drove there with one of my teammates. We spent 3 days there, and I didn't have any expectation. Didn't want to have a scholarship or anything. I just wanted to test my skills against American talent. and I ended up doing like so good that like they just offered me a scholarship after the third day. They were like, yeah, like here goes this full scholarship to Michigan. Like I was like, I didn't even realize like what I got because I was just this kid from Canada. Like I didn't really know how the recruiting process go, or how it is to play college football in the U.S. So I just, got the offer, and then took me a couple of days to realize like how big it was. And after that, more start coming in. I started doing more camps, like the Nike camp, the Under Armour camp, and stuff like that. But all those camps, I had to go travel to go there. They didn't really come to Canada to recruit.
Good old Canadian kid.
Yeah.
So did your pops have to was your pops born and raised in Montreal as well, or did he have to travel to the States to play?
Actually, my dad was born in Haiti. He was born in Haiti, stayed there for 8 years, then moved to the U.S. in New York for a couple of years, and went to Montreal. He played his whole career in Montreal too. So he did Team Quebec in basketball, Team Canada and basketball also. Then he did Team Quebec in football, and then I think towards the end of his career, out of nowhere, there was some like Miami Hurricanes recruiter that came by the Centre Robillard, which is like the complex where they run track and field and all that stuff. And he used to run track in the summer, and they started speeding. They were like, yo, like, I mean, this guy can run. Like, he's like solid. And my dad was like, my dad's bigger than me. He's 6'3", I'm 6'3" too, but he was like 230, 225, like, solid. And he was running like 4'4". So we're like, invite this guy to the camp, give him a shot, give him a scholarship. He went there, and that's where he got injured. But he did his whole sport career in Quebec, Montreal.
Oh, crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
How are you preparing for the NFL draft in 2021?
Obviously, it's different with COVID and all that stuff. I got invited to a lot of all-star games that didn't end up happening because of COVID. Some of them are still happening. I'll be picking one soon that I'll go, and so that'll give me a chance to boost my draft stocks. I signed with Priority Sports, an agency. They've been helping me a lot. Setting up all my training spots. That'll be starting in Atlanta for the first couple of weeks, and then moving to Los Angeles, California, where I'll be finishing my training, having a DB coach and all that, getting ready for the NFL Combine and my pro day. So, I mean, they've been taking real good care of me, but it's difficult with COVID.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys missed a couple games this year because of COVID as well, didn't you?
Yeah. We had to cancel 2 back-to-back because there was like a crazy explosion of cases in the state of Minnesota. So we lost the Northwestern game and the Wisconsin game that luckily got rescheduled for the last game that we played. Yeah.
There's a lot of Canadians making the push into the NFL these days. What kind of change has happened over the last few years?
Representation. I mean, when I was younger, it was, first of all, it was harder, and then people were not really tempted to go. They were kind of like maybe a little bit scared. It was how can you say, untapped water, like people didn't really test it or anything. So I mean, when me and like other guys like Chuba and all my other teammates that went to the States, that's representation for the younger generation. They see us going, then they'll do the right step to start the process and go there. So as many Canadians that we can send to the United States, that'll be the best way to keep the pipeline going, like from Canada to the United States in terms of NCAA talent.
And talking about one of the best Canadians right now, Chase Claypool. Did you happen to ever meet him or work with him at all?
Yeah. I mean, Chase was getting recruited to Michigan at the same year I was getting recruited too. We were in different classes. He was class of 16. I was class of 17. So yeah, I know him since like 2017. He obviously went to Notre Dame. We played against each other at Michigan, like when Michigan played Notre Dame. But we stay in contact. I was just texting him like a couple of days ago, asking him how he was doing, and asking for advice and all that stuff with the draft, combine and all that. So yeah, Chase is a good guy.
That's good. He's from about 45 minutes away from here. Not even 45.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we love that kid. It would be a dream to have him on. We love that kid. And you and Chuba, I mean, you and Chuba are making the strides now. You guys are making it for all the younger generation coming up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
What's Chuba like, by the way?
Chuba like as a person, or like
yeah, as a person.
I mean, same kind of guy like as Chase. Just like genuine love, like good guys. There's not many of us, so we all stick together and share knowledge, share stories, trying to inspire others and all that stuff. Obviously Chuba is so damn fast. Like I remember because he was a track and field athlete before being a football player, and he had a track meet in the Montreal area when I was younger. I think he was like 15 or 16 by then, and he was already crazy fast by then. So that was awesome.
You
He's
know
fun to watch.
Tavius Robinson?
Say that again.
Do you know Tavius Robinson?
No.
Oh,
Who is
he's
he?
another Canadian college football player that I got coming on soon.
I think he's playing for Ole Miss.
Ole Miss? Okay. Yes. He's he the one that transferred from the Dinos, Calgary?
I believe so, but I'm not 100% on that. Don't quote me on that. Yeah.
He was in the Canadian university.
Guelph, University of Guelph.
Oh yeah, not Dinos, Guelph. There you go. He transferred. Yeah, I heard his name in the summer. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got him coming on in a few weeks. I thought maybe you'd know him.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it like being named academic All Big Ten?
It's great. It shows that's another great example to show the younger generation that if football don't end up working out for me, I have 2 degrees and I excelled in my classes and I took academics seriously, because even if I do make it, football won't last that long, I'll still have to live in my 50s. So I got to use those degrees and maximize my opportunities that I had at Michigan and Minnesota to be able to be somebody outside of football, so football is not my whole life. I have a career outside that I can do also.
So if you weren't playing football, what would you do?
As of right now, I think I would lean towards what I just did in my master's in sports management. So I'll be either working for a big company in marketing, working for a sports team in marketing, or be a promoter, some sort of, maybe even a sports agent, some sort of thing like that.
Yeah, that's a great job. That was always what I wanted to do too.
Yeah, it's a great job. Great job.
What's been your personal highlight so far?
Personal highlight personal highlight. I would say my first year of playing, because I played at Michigan as a freshman, and all special teams. I played a little bit of corner. Then 2018 I got injured. But 2019 was my first year playing college football as a starter, and I transferred in the summer to Minnesota and only had 3 weeks of summer training and had to learn the new playbook. And it was my first year at my position starting. I was super raw, no technique on everything. And I still earned all Big Ten mention and all Big Ten accolades. And I, got a bowl ring, beat number 4 Penn State, beat Auburn, just things like that. Doing it as a first year starter with no real game experience, that was pretty amazing to me. And then I had the chance to work on my technique and work all the things I needed to work on in the summer of 2020, and I got better in my senior year. But that was a big season for me in 2019.
Do you have a favorite sports franchise?
Favorite sports franchise? I was a big Denver Broncos fans in the NFL when Peyton Manning was there. But Toronto Raptors, I would say, the home team. So, yeah.
Okay, good choice. Who do you try and play like or mirror your game after?
I'm a more of a old school guy. Obviously, I watch guys modern guys that play right now. But in terms of technique, I love Darrelle Revis. But we're not the same body shape or play style. So I would say Richard Sherman. So Darrelle Revis technique, but Richard Sherman play style. That's why I model my game at.
You got the swagger then.
You said what now?
You must have some swagger then.
Oh yeah, definitely a swag and a trash talk.
Okay. Hey, I'm a Seahawks fan, so I love that. I just threw this hat on because this guy told me to. We need a big win out of Cleveland this weekend.
I know.
Do you play fantasy football?
I played last year. I didn't sign up this year, but I played last year. More stressful than I thought. It's more. It gets addictive pretty fast. I was on my phone checking his stats, the points, who making change subs, trying to make trades and all that. It's it's a lot of tasks.
What's your favorite Gatorade color?
Gatorade color, I would say purple.
Okay.
Yeah, purple.
So, do you have a favorite movie about sports?
Ooh, our favorite movie about sport. It'll be either between Any Given Sunday and Friday Night Lights. Yeah.
Both good choices. Both good choices. I love Remember the Titans as well. It's one of my faves.
Yeah. That's one too. Yep.
So, if you could sit down for dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be?
Ooh, sit down with anybody dead or alive. Denzel Washington or Malcolm X.
Whew.
Okay. Hey, I
Good
always
choices.
say
Pick those guys' brains.
I always say
I feel
Tupac.
like, yeah. People, people that know a lot in different areas. I didn't want to go with just like a great football player, but just someone that knows a lot just in terms of life in general, so you can come out of there with a lot of knowledge.
My go-to is always Muhammad Ali.
Yep. That's another good one.
Yeah. And mine's Tupac.
Yeah. That's a great one too.
What's your favorite road stadium or road
Favorite
barn,
road
we call it?
Ooh, okay. So I have one that's cool to play in and one that's just like not cool to play in, but it's still like a crazy stadium. My freshman year at Michigan, we played in the whiteout with College Game Day at Penn State. And it was so loud that I had to plug my ears to talk, because it was crazy. And I remember we had a false start on offense. First play, Saquon Barkley took it for 65 yards on us and stuff. It was crazy. Stadium was rocking. Then the one that's also crazy, but it's not. I didn't enjoy playing in it. Is Kinnick Stadium, Iowa, playing at night there. I don't know. I feel like the field is just cursed. You can't win there. All the top 5, top 10 ranked team, when they go play there at night, they lose by a field goal or something. We lost by 3 or 4 points last year. That was, if we won that game, we would have went to the Rose Bowl. So I'm still pissed about it.
Hey, do you have a stadium that you dream of playing in?
Stadium of dream of playing in the NFL or college?
Yeah, NFL.
NFL. My house stadium, the Denver Broncos. Yep.
Okay. Do you have any pregame rituals or pregame meals? Is there something you go to every time before you play?
No, I mix it up a little bit. I don't eat too much. I eat pretty light, but I always eat something. I know some guys that just don't eat during pregame. I can't do that. I get I start seeing stars, and then at halftime, I need to have something in my stomach. But pregame ritual, I always go stretch on the field. I always walk around. I walk the whole field, just visualize, look at the turf, see how it is, see how it feels, see how the end zone feel in all 4 corners. I just walk around and visualize the game and see how I'm going to do and all that stuff. So I don't have anything crazy. I just do that before pregame.
Okay.
If you were an animal, what would you be?
Gorilla. Yeah.
King of the jungle.
Yeah.
What's the best part of being on a team?
Best part of being on a team is when you first get in the team, your teammates, your coaches, they're just coaches and teammates, and by the end that you graduate, they're brothers, and they're role model. Your coaches are role models and people that you can connect with the rest of your life, the same way with your teammates. So it becomes a second family. So that's the greatest gift that you can have with football.
How do you calm the butterflies before a game?
How do I what?
Calm the butterflies before a game?
Music. Yeah, I would say music. Calm music, I know a lot of guys pump up music. That's cool. I listen to that and while I'm warm up and all that stuff. But before the game, I listen to calm music. I'll listen to maybe some Marvin Gaye, maybe some Tupac, but the calm one.
Yeah, Me Against the World album.
Yeah, exactly. Something calm, and then I'm ready to go after that.
Okay, well, that was my next question. What would you listen to before the games? Are you a hip hop guy or?
Yeah. I mean, before games, obviously, I'll listen to some hip hop, rap, some new school, some old school, variation, a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Who's been the toughest wide receiver to line up against?
Toughest guy that I line up against. Obviously this year it wasn't that big of a matchup, but last year KJ Hamler from Penn State.
Okay.
Yeah, KJ Hamler was
Denver
he was
Broncos.
yeah, they put him in a like good position for him to create space, in the slot and all that. And he's like small and quick. So I had to be on my A1 game every snap.
Did you get to play against Chase Claypool? Like line up against him?
Nah, I never lined up. He was lining up on the other side, so I never lined up against Chase. And then in 2019, when they played Michigan again, I wasn't there, so it was only 2018.
I just want to thank you for taking the time and giving us some time. We're trying to get through all the Canadian players that are going to be drafted or playing in the NFL, or that's our goal for right now. We're working on it. So we want to thank you for taking the time and giving us your time of day. I guess it's night on the East Coast.
Yeah. No problem. It's my pleasure, man.
Hey Ben, I lost you there for a second. I just want to thank you very much. I don't know if that's what he just said, but thank you very much for taking the time for us today and coming on. We really appreciate it. We're big fans of yours, and we can't wait to cheer you on all the way to the NFL, my man.
Appreciate it, man. No problem.